Hello fans, today we are going to be driving an R32 F train to Jamaica 179th Street from Coney Island to Willow Avenue. You just gotta wait for this to load. Anyways, to whoever's here, I say to you in the chat, alright, here we go. Manhattan bound F train. Next I'll be West 8th Street, New York Aquarium. Step in, stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, during this week, B, W, and Z trains are not running. For B train alternative service, please take the C, D, and Q trains. For W train alternative service, please take the N and R trains. For Z train alternative service, please take the W train. B, W, and Z trains are not running through the week of the 22nd of March, which I believe is this week. If it's not, then oh boy, correct me in the comments. Shout out to Transportation Network for this R32 F train link. He no longer plays Hmmsim anymore.
Excuse me, sir. I'm about to go on a call, so you need to lower down your voice.
This is West 8th Street, New York Aquarium. You can chance here to the Q train. Manhattan bound F train. Next stop will be Neptune Avenue. Step in, stand clear the doors. My previous two streams have just been R32, R32. Already? Oh crap, I forgot. This is the last car, I'm certain of it. Okay, now this is the last car. Yep. Neptune Avenue. Manhattan-bound F train, XLB Avenue X. Step and stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, N train's last stop will be Gravesend 86th Street. So if you need a train to Coney Island, please take the D, F, or Q trains. I wonder where. Oh, it's probably just an F train heading into the terminal. Yep, it just switched tracks. Yep, it's the F train. As I thought. I can see it. Oh, it actually had an interior. That's cool. Avenue X, we could transfer a free transfer to the N train at 86th Street. Once again, Avenue X, free transfer to the N train at 86th Street. Free out of station transfer to the N train at 86th Street. I did not see it. It was minus 21. This is an 8-car train, I guess, because it's stopping at 8. Manhattan bound F train. Next will be Avenue U. Step and stand clear the doors. Are you kidding me? It just changes on me like that. Apparently we're skipping Avenue U and going straight to Kings Highway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are skipping Avenue U. If you need a train going to Avenue U, please transfer at Kings Highway for a Coney Island Stowell Avenue bound F train. Kings Highway. Transfer here to a Coney Island bound F train to get access to Avenue U. Manhattan bound F train. Next stop will be 18th Avenue. Step and stand clear the doors. F Express train, Manhattan bound F Express train. Next will be 18th Avenue. If you need a F local train, please transfer here. F Express train. Next stop will be 18th Avenue. Step and stand clear.
Hi, good morning. This is already I'm good. Thank you for taking time to be with us. 'Cause I think we're in the beginning stages, so we're just exploring the aspects of the weather. And I know you guys do a lot, so we wanted to just kind of talk about it and get some tips from you guys.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the next stop on this F Express train is going to be 18th Street. This is your Manhattan bound F Express train driver. 18th Avenue, transfer to F local trains. Manhattan bound F Express train. Next stop will be Church Avenue. Step in and stand clear the doors. Oh no, my keyboard messed it up. Okay, I'm just going to stop at Church Avenue. Let me start this again. I forgot about my keyboard. That's the perk of having it plugged in. You forget all about it. Clover Express. Okay. I'm just going to skip to Church Avenue because we're practically there. Church Avenue. Transfer to G train. Manhattan bound F Express train. Next I'll be 7th Avenue. Step in, stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, for the week of the 22nd, B, W, and Z trains are not running. For B train alternatives, please take the C, D, and Q trains. For the W train alternatives, please take the N and R trains. For Z train alternatives, please take the J train. Thank you for riding with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a message from the New York State Police Department. Keep your belongings in sight, and if you see anything suspicious on the platform or train, tell an MTA employee or tell a police officer. If you see something, say something. I will perfectly stop into the station. This is 7th Avenue. Transfer to the G train. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 7th Avenue, you can transfer here to the G train. Manhattan Bound F Express train. Next stop will be J Street Metrotech. Step in, stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, B, W, and Z trains are not running throughout the entire week. For service changes, please take the C, D, and Q trains for B train stops. For W train stops, please take the N and R train. For Z train stops, please take the J train, as they will be going completely local. 5 train service will be cut to Bowling Green, so you must take a 2 train to complete your trip in Brooklyn. Six trains are not running express in the Bronx, and 7 trains are not running express in Queens. All 6 trains in the Bronx are running local, and all 7 trains in Queens are also running local. I just turned on AI for like a small bit because with the speed of this. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be skipping Bergen Street. Dang, this train is still dark in this situation. It's like lights out. J3 Metrotech transfer here for the A, C, and R trains. Once again, J3 Metrotech transfer for A, C, and R trains. Manhattan bound F local train. Next, I will be York Street. Step in, stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, the very next stream will be a re-upload of the 1 train, the R32A1 train. Look at that, we're catching up to the A train that just left us. This is York Street. Transfer here to other F trains. Manhattan bound F local train. Next I'll be East Broadway, Manhattan. Step in, stand clear the doors. You can transfer to the F train across the platform. A Manhattan bound F train. Next I'll be East Broadway, Manhattan. Step in, stand clear the doors.
I know you say you do post test and survey, do survey monkey, then generate the certificates, or do you use a different software?
Ladies and gentlemen, B, W, and Z trains are not running throughout the week. For B train alternatives, please take the D, C, and Q trains. For W train alternatives, please take the N and R trains. For Z train alternatives, please take the J train, as they will also be going via Myrtle Local. 5 train service has been cut to Bowling Green, so if you need a train to Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, please take the 2 train. 6 trains are not running express in the Bronx, and 7 trains are not running express in Queens throughout the week. Thank you. East Broadway. Queens-bound F train. Next stop B, Delancey Street,
So you manually
Essex
do
Street.
it. So every
Step in and clear the doors.
you have a system that then
This is Delancey, Essex Street. Transfer to the J and M trains. No Z trains during this week. Please take the J train for Z train stops.
okay.
Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be 2nd Avenue. Step in, stand clear the doors. This is 2nd Avenue. Once again, 2nd Avenue. There's no transfer here. Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be Broadway Lafayette Street. Step in, stand clear the doors. This is Broadway Lafayette Street. You can transfer to the B, to the D, F. Once again, Broadway Lafayette. Transfer to the D and M trains. There is no B trains running because it is not in service. The B train you see on the opposite side is not in service. No B, W, or Z trains are running. Queens-bound F local train. You can also transfer upstairs to the Uptown 6 express train. 6 local train, I mean. Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be West 4th Street, Washington Square. Step in, stand clear the doors. The 2 train stream is no. It's after the 1 train. Nah. I guess I could do R32 2 train first. This is West 4th Street, Washington Square. Transfer to the A, C, E, D, and M trains. Once again, no B trains are running. You can also transfer to a Norwood-bound D train across the platform. Queens-bound F local train. Next, I'll be 14th Street, 6th Avenue. Step in, stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, D trains are running express in the Bronx. Ladies and gentlemen, D trains are running local. This is 14th Street. Transfer to the 1, 2, 3, L, and M trains. A connection is also available to PATH trains. Ladies and gentlemen, D trains are running local in the Bronx due to B trains not in service. Queens-bound F local train. Next, I'll be 23rd Street. Step in, stand clear the doors. This is 23rd Street connection is available to path transfer to the M23 Select Bus service. Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be 34th Street, Hayward Square. Step and stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, B and W trains are not running. For B train alternatives, please take the C, D, and Q trains. For the W train alternatives, please take the N and R trains. Z trains are not running as well. For Z train alternatives, please take the J train. D trains are running local in the Bronx due to B trains not running. 5 train service has been reduced to Bowling Green, so if you need a train to Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College, please take the 2 train. 6 train service in the Bronx. There will be no 6 express train service. There will be no 7 express train service in Queens. Thank you for riding with the MTA. This is 34th Street, Hayward Square, transfer to the D, M, N, Q, and R trains. Yes, a connection to path trains. The B and the W trains are not in service currently, so you cannot transfer to them. I literally pressed the other button. Please watch the gap between the platform and the train. Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be 42nd Street, Bryant Park. Step and stand clear the doors. This is 42nd Street, Bryant Park. Transfer to the 7, D, and M trains. You can also transfer to the D train across the platform. Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be 47 50th Street, Rockefeller Center. Step in, stand clear the doors.
Jenna and could you guys tell us some of the tech that we may need or that the presenter may need on their end?
Not what I was trying to do, the opposite of what I was trying to do. There we go. This is 47 50th Street to Rockefeller Center. Transfer to the D and M trains.
Question, I'm sorry. What can
Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be 57th Street. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently being delayed by train traffic ahead of us. We are sorry for any inconvenience.
Is there a staff member on hand to deal with technical issues or login issues or just to because the internet can stop and we'll just add technical
Stand clear to closing doors. The 57th Street. Queens-bound F local train. Next I'll be Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street. Step in, stand clear to doors. Ladies and gentlemen, B, W, and Z trains are not running. For B train service, please take the C, D, and Q trains. For W train service, please take the N and R trains. For Z train service, please take the J train. This is Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street. Transfer to the Q train. A free transfer is available to the 4, 5, 6, N, and R trains by walking to the Lexington Avenue 59th Street station and using your Metro card. Queens-bound F local train. Next stop will be Roosevelt Island. Step in, stand clear the doors. This is Roosevelt Island. Queens-bound F local train. Next stop will be 21st Street, Queensbridge. Step in, stand clear the doors. This is 21st Street, Queensbridge. One hundred 79th Street bound F Express train. Next stop will be Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue. Step in, stand clear the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, B, the W, and Z trains are not running. For B train alternatives, please take the C, D, and Q trains. For W train alternatives, please take the N and R trains. For Z train alternatives, please take the J train. 7 trains are running local in Queens, and 6 trains are running local in the Bronx. There will be no 7 and 6 express service. 5 train service has been cut to Bowling Green. So if you need a Flatbush Avenue bound train, please take 2 trains to complete your Flatbush Avenue bound trip. J trains will also be running local
Thank you, ladies.
all throughout the day.
Thank you. Bye-bye, ladies.
Wait a minute. I'm just checking the stops. After Forest Hills, it's Union Turnpike. And then Parsons. Okay. So we're skipping 75th Avenue and Beerwood along with Sutphin Boulevard. Ladies and gentlemen, this train will be skipping 75th Avenue, Brearwood, and Sutphin Boulevard. For access to those 3 stations, please take this F train to Parsons Boulevard and transfer to a Brooklyn-bound F train. There's an R train, an M train across us and an R train on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, D trains are running local in the Bronx due to no B train service. I'll turn on AI for a bit so I could get this map set up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a message from the New York State Police Department. Keep your belongings in sight, and if you see anything suspicious on the platform or train, tell a New York City police officer or an MTA employee. If you see anything suspicious, say something. This is Roosevelt Avenue. Transfer to the E, M, R, and 7 trains. Jamaica 179 Streetbound F Expression. Next I will be 471st Avenue. Step in, stand clear. Stand clear. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to say that at Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue, you can transfer. You could also transfer to the Q47 bus to LaGuardia Airport. That's the Marine Air Team only. And then you could also transfer to the LaGuardia Link Q70 select bus service to LaGuardia Airport. If you missed your stop, please take this train to 471st Avenue and get on a local or express train heading towards Brooklyn or Manhattan. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, 407 First Avenue is the last stop on the M and R trains, but it is also the first stop. If you need to transfer to a Manhattan-bound M or R train, please transfer at 407 First Avenue as it's the last station to transfer to the M and R trains. This is 471st Avenue. Transfer to the E, M, and R trains. It will be the last stop on the M and R trains. So once again, last stop on the M and R trains. Jamaica, 127 nicely bound F Express train. The next stop will be Kew Gardens Union Turnpike. Step in and stay clear the doors. We will be skipping 75th Avenue and Briarwood along with Sutphin Boulevard. If you need 75th Avenue and Briarwood, please transfer here to an E train. Ladies and gentlemen, if your station's Sutphin Boulevard is skipped, please take this F train to Parsons Boulevard and transfer to a Manhattan-bound F train to get to Sutphin Boulevard. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your belongings inside, and if you see anything suspicious on the platform or train, please tell an MTA officer or a New York State Police Department officer. Thank you for riding with us. This is Union Turnpike transfer to the E train. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Union Turnpike, Kew Gardens. Please transfer. You can transfer here for the E train. Jamaica, 179 bound F Express train. The next stop is Parsons Boulevard. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be skipping Briarwood and Sutphin Boulevard. If you need any of those two stations, please take this train to Parsons Boulevard and transfer to a Manhattan-bound F train. If you only need Briarwood, transfer here to a Jamaica Center-bound E train. Stand clear the doors. Next up, Parsons Boulevard. Stand clear. Ladies and gentlemen, we will also be skipping 169th Street. If you need access to 169th Street on the F line, please transfer at Jamaica 179th Street to a Manhattan-bound F train. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be skipping Sutton Boulevard and 169th Street. If you need access to the Sutton Boulevard station, please transfer to a F train at Parsons Boulevard and get on a Manhattan-bound F train. If you need access to 169th Street, please take this F train to Jamaica 179th Street and transfer to a Manhattan-bound F train. This is Parsons Boulevard. Jamaica 179th bound F Express train. The next and last stop is Jamaica 179th Street. For access to the Sutphin Boulevard station, please transfer here to a Manhattan-bound F train. If you need a train that goes to 169th Street, please take this S train to the very last stop, Jamaica 179th Street. Transfer to a Manhattan-bound F train. And then